Welcome back, everybody. This is Chaos, and I'm happy to bring you Naniwa versus Nestea. This is game number 3 of their set, tied at 1-1. This time around, the map is Shakura's Plateau, and we're really into like a nail-biting series here. As you may or may not know, and you can definitely check the series out if you missed it. Naniwa took out Nestea yesterday in the kind of precursor to this tournament in their invitational. In some really crazy games, and this series today has been no different. And Nestea just coming off a victory in the previous game, really nail-biting. And wow, we have the game paused, wrong map with a question mark. What is going on? Apparently there was an issue here, and there's actually a couple different versions of Shakura's Plateau. And, wow. I'm not sure what's going on. I guess Naniwa feels that the wrong version of Shakura's was picked. And there are a few versions. One is with cross positions only. One is with cross and obviously close air. And we're back. I actually cut the video just there because there was almost about 10 minutes of just pausing and disputing which version of the map was being played. And apparently it wasn't supposed to be a cross-only setup. Anyways, they decided to go with it anyways. So we have Naniwa doing a Forge first build. And we do have Nestea going with a Hatch first build. So it might be a cannon rush coming here. And I'm not sure. Wow, it looks like this might be very strong. And Nestea is already on the money with this build, so you will know what's going on here. A ton of drones are coming down here. And it looks like this rush might be denied already. If Naniwa messes this up, this could be the game here. It looks like he decides just to throw down the Nexus behind this and to forego doing this cannon rush. And I guess a pretty smart play by Naniwa. He realized that this cannon rush can't happen. Looks like one more attempt though. With having the pylon behind the minerals like this, it actually stops a lot of the surface area that the drones can have on it. And wow, it looks like this might actually happen here. Because with only one drone attacking it, this cannon will finish. So I'm not sure exactly what Nestea was thinking letting that happen, because this actually might do a lot of damage, because the cannon's just actually seconds for finishing. And wow, another drone's going to go down here, and really this hatchery's going to start taking some damage. And I'm not sure how Nestea is going to save this hatchery, because you can't get enough Zerglings on it in the current state to actually take it out. A Spinecrawler is in production at this point. So it looks like Nestea might lose this hatch, and you might see him actually go and take a hatch at a third base or try a counterattack. Now we're going to see Naniwa. He's actually expanding behind this, so he's going to transition into a pretty solid mid-game here. And it looks like in this current position that the Spinecrawler should be able to go down. There's so many units, but it has done quite a bit of damage here. Drones have been taken out, and really Naniwa's been microing this cannon pretty good. I think he's made back his 350 mineral kind of funding of this attack, because it denied a lot of mining time. It allowed Naniwa to actually build a lot of probes behind this, and forced a ton of Zerglings early game, which is a Zerg, you never want that. And really, Naniwa's pretty safe here. And he's able to block the entrance here, and there's a cannon in place. And wow, Naniwa is off to a fantastic start here. Core just finishing up. And the question is, how's Naniwa going to go from here? Is he going to try to go for like an all-in type play like last game, or is he going to go into maybe like a 6-gate or 7-gate pressure? He's got like a ton of options on the table. I'm thinking more of a gateway play, because he is getting +1 weapons at this point, and a ton of gateway pressure would be pretty strong here, because he has to know his economy is quite a bit ahead. He did take out some drones and delayed all that mining time. So Nestea isn't going to have adequate drone advantage to get a ton of units, and he actually is going for a third. So when you decide to dedicate for that third hatchery, you actually are sacrificing more units. Where really the appropriate response here would probably be to go for like a big bulk up, like a Roach Ling kind of all in at this point, would actually hold off like a 6 or 7 gate. And Naniwa does get the scout on the third base, so he's going to know exactly what's up. Robo Bay on the way, and a ton of gates are in production here, so a ton of 2 Zealots on the way across the map here. They're going to do a little bit more scouting, a little bit of harassment. +1 weapons, just seconds from finishing in this game. Naniwa will get his warp gate at an adequate timing here, just about to wrap up as well. And we're going to see a lot of power behind this build here. Now, it isn't as many gates with like a 6 gate, but we are seeing 4 gates here and a robo facility about to be finished up. So he has a lot of options here. You go into like a Colossus build if he wants. He can still transition into like a Blink Stalker if he wants to. And Warp Prism is actually going to be the choice. So, and a Colossus Den is going down behind this. So he can actually use the Zealots to do a lot of harassment. He can kind of elevator them into the base. Look at all those Zealots. They're just going to run right up the ramp here. And there's not a lot of roaches. With +1 attack, they're going to do a ton of damage here. And I actually believe they killed the Zealots in 2 swipes here. The roach numbers are starting to increase, and the roaches are trying to micro against these Zealots, and the Zealots are doing a okay amount of damage. I don't know if it was necessarily worth it to bring that many into the fray here. And Nestea kind of shut this down. He has more than enough roaches really to hold this off. 2 more gateways on the way. That'll bring us up to 6 gates and 1 robo. Mortal is on the way here, and +1 armor has been served for Naniwa as well. So we're going to see actually, I think probably a Sentry drop here with that Warp Prism. And first Colossus is on the way here. So there's a lot of action going on this game. And we do see the Warp Prism is filled with sentries, so he'll probably look to drop behind the mineral line. He's going to use some force fields and probably do some big damage here. Now, it's funny, before the previous patch and the Warp Prism getting buffed up, this was kind of a build that we saw with a kind of a gimmicky build, but now with the Warp Prism have more health, it's definitely feasible. But at the same time, Naniwa's got to be careful to defend his front, because that is a ton of roaches at his front door. And really, this is getting so crazy. But oh, look at this, though. So he's actually going to force field like the ramp, and really, how is he going to defend? And wow, this is kind of funny. He let all those drones get away. He really should be force fielding the ramp so reinforcements can't get up. But he might be choosing just to try to force down this lair. If he gets this lair down, this is going to take a lot of tech out. And this is not always the obvious choice here. The lair looks like it will go down here. Colossus enters the fray as well. And the lair is lost at this point. And the sentries are taken out. And it looks like the Warp Prism is actually going to make it out alive, remarkably. And that is crazy. I'm not sure how that's actually going to trade out in the game, though. He lost, obviously, the tech of losing that lair there. And Spire's about to finish. But look at all those roaches on their way to Naniwa's base. He's got to get his Colossus count up there. He has one kind of trying to head home and one already at home ready to defend. But look at all the sentries. He has a ton of force fields here. And Mulisks are going to be coming, though. But it looks like he's pushing out, so he's going to hit this timing here, where essentially there's not too many mutas on the map, and he'll be able to do a lot of damage. So it's going to be one of these kind of builds that Naniwa's been showing us, where it really hinges on hitting at a very specific timing window. If he can't hit at this timing correctly, though, he is going to be in a lot of trouble. Because handling off these mutas without adequate support is going to be very difficult. Look at all those roaches. So let's see how this has come. It looks like Naniwa goes right to the base, commits 100%. A lot of drones just getting roasted up the map. and Naniwa forces down and takes out another hatchery. Let's see if he moves over and takes out the Spire. If he kills that Spire off, that would be definitely clutch. And it looks like the main is going to be taken out here. I don't know if we're going to see it. It looks like we're going to have a base trade scenario. All the roaches into the natural of Naniwa. So we're seeing a ton of exchanges here. But who can win this race, really? Because we do have Colossus, so the DPS of Naniwa's army is going to be higher. And really it's going to come down to, are there enough Stalkers to handle the Mutalisks? Because the Mutalisk count still isn't that high. There's still a third base, though, up and running for Nestea. So I'm really not sure how this is going to play out. The roaches are doing a ton of damage. A lot of the probes have been taken out. And there's still units being warped in for Naniwa. So Nestea, I think, is kind of on the back foot here. Because there's so much power in Naniwa's army at this point. There's not enough mutas out. Look at all these spine crawlers going down for Nestea. He's trying to do whatever he can to defend and try to keep this base alive. But the Naniwa's army is just so much more effective here. And look at all those spine crawlers just dropping, and they're not even getting a chance to finish. And GG! Naniwa closes out the series 2-1 and takes out the Zerg King, Nestea, and eliminates him. Drops him down to the losers bracket section of this bracket.